YouTube. Today's video, man, I got a complete transformation for y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all what type of haircut I'm doing. I just want y'all to sit through the video and kind of just watch what it is. So let's get to the cut. Alright, now to start this cut off, I'm gonna go in with my pick and I'm gonna just pick out his hair. He already had his hair picked out before he came in, but I just want to go in a second time just to make sure that everything's untangled. Alright, now going in with my 3.5 detachable blade on my Oster Octanes. I'm gonna just go in and start from the crown of the head. And the reason I start from the crown of the head is because I want to figure out how his growth pattern is. Now my man's here, he hasn't had a cut in a whole year. So that's what he told me. So I need to figure out his growth pattern before I just go in cutting anywhere, or else I could possibly put a bald spot in his hair. Alright, so here I did decide to go down with a 2. We felt like the 3.5 was too high. So I'm just going with the grain with the 2. Now that I can see how his hair grows, I'm going to go with the grain with the 2 and just try to get it as even as possible. So I'm really sorry about the video quality, man. I had some autofocusing issues that I did not notice during the cut. I'm really sorry. I wasn't gonna honestly do this video, but I just had to show you guys this transformation. But as you can see, I went in with my trimmers and I just set that first guideline in, and I decided to do a straight line this time. I usually have some curvature to it, but I just decided to go in with the straight line, just keep it nice and basic. And here I'm going in with my my Wahl seniors, and I'm going in with my lever open. I'm going up about a 1/2 inch, and then I'm gonna close the lever all the way to knock that bottom line out. Then I'm gonna go halfway to finish fading this part out. So now using my 1 guard with the lever all the way open, I'm gonna go with the grain just to remove some of that bulk. And now I'm setting in my next guideline. And with this guideline, I went up about an inch. And I want to go about an inch because I really want to stretch this part of the fade out. Also, on this guideline, I added some curvature to it because I want to give it an identity. I want it to burst out. So I added curvature to this part. I know I didn't add curvature to my very first guideline, but I did in this next couple steps. So now using my 1/2 guard, I'm gonna go in with the lever all the way closed, and I'm gonna just nudge at that bottom line until I see a shift. And then after I see a shift, I'm gonna go halfway, and then I'm gonna go open it up another 1/4 just to finish fading it out. But on this part, I really want you to pay attention to his hair growth. I know the video is kind of blurry on this part, but just try to pay attention to the hair growth. His hair is growing kind of towards the back by his ear. As you can see, I'm gonna turn my clipper just to cut those hairs because those hairs aren't growing up and down. You know, they're growing like left and right. So I have to go against the grain to get those hairs to the desired length and to get them to blend. So just make sure you're paying attention to the growth patterns. So now using the 1.5 guard, I'm gonna go up about a 1/2 inch this time, and I'm going up and I'm just scooping out. And the reason I'm going up and scooping out is because I'm not really trying to set a guideline in. I'm just trying to really blend the bottom to the top as much as possible. Also, my 1.5 is my stopping point of this fade. I don't want to go any higher than this 1.5. If I go any higher, then I will have to push the fade up. So I'm trying to blend this bottom part to the top part as much as I can with this 1.5. Then after that, I'm gonna follow it up with the 1 guard because that 1.5 didn't quite blend it all the way. So this 1 guard should. And I started with the lever all the way open, and then I'm just close it gradually until it starts to fade out. Another thing to note when you're doing a fade like this that's very compressed, you're gonna have to use a lot of your corners. As you can see, I'm not using the full blade. I'm using a lot of my corners because I gotta get to specific spots and pinpoint each spot just to get it to blend properly. So don't be afraid. It might take a little bit longer to do the fade, but you're gonna have to get used to using your corners. So now I'm gonna just follow that up with the 2 guard just to try to lighten up some of those dark areas right there. And it's not gonna really cut too much because I did cut the hair down to a 2 detachable blade, which is basically like a 1.5 guard. So basically this 2 is just gonna do some cleanup work, you know, try to lighten it just a little bit. So now I'm going with my thinning shears, and I'm gonna just hit every single dark spot that I see. And that's really the good thing about these thinning shears, man. They allow you to pinpoint specific areas that need to be hit. But whereas with guards, you really don't get that luxury. You kind of can overcut or undercut too much hair. But with the thinning shears and the taper comb, man, you can get every single hair. I'm gonna pull out my detachable clippers again, and I really like going in with these clippers and doing detail work at the end of the fade. Here's my 1A, and in my opinion, the 1A really connects though anywhere from the 1 all the way to the 1.5 together. So any dark spot that I see in that area of the 1 or the 1.5, I'm just gonna hit with the corners of this blade. And then I'm going with the 1.5, which is anywhere from the 1.5 to the 2. And I'm just trying to hit those areas and go a little bit higher and really do a lot of corner cutting and a lot of point cutting, and just try to be very detailed with this. Now, since we did chop all his hair off, we need to get his hair to lay down as much as possible right now. So here I'm going in with my own product called the Bobby Lavelle Curly Mousse. Mark my words, it's gonna be the hottest mousse out. It's definitely a very, very good product. It has 3 natural oils infused in it, no alcohols. So it's gonna give you a long-lasting hold without the stickiness and crunch of your average mousse. But as you can see, I'm just applying this product and I'm just brushing it in. And I'm just trying to make sure it's evenly distributed around his head. And then after I do this, I'm just gonna wrap his hair up in a do-rag to lay it down, and then I'm gonna blow dry it. Okay, so now it's time to see the results, and as y'all can see, my man's hair is completely laid and ready to be brushed. I'm setting my guy up so that he doesn't have to work that hard to get these waves busting. And now I'm about to just go in with some holding spray and just prep his line up. Now YouTube, my guy came in looking a mess. My guy came in asking for a miracle. And when you come sit in my chair, this how you come in and this how you leave. And YouTube, here's the after. If you enjoyed the video, if you think I saved this man's life, please, please, please leave a like and comment and subscribe to my page. We're very, very close to 1K subscribers. We're starting small, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to the big leagues. Don't worry about it. But yeah, as you can see, man, we did our thing on this head. My man's came in and asked for a miracle, like I said, and we completely gave it to him. And if you aren't following me on social media, make sure you go do that right now. You can find me on Instagram at _DBlends. I drop content every other day. Make sure you come tap in with your boy. And also, if you watch the video this far, I really, really appreciate you for doing that. Much love, and I will have more content coming very, very soon. But until then, stay blessed, and I'm out.